Welcome to the Conference of Movements, COM26.com. Today, we have an informal discussion between the Eagle and Condor nations, discuss about the benefits and disadvantages and the issues of unification of the Thousand Nations. It's a very informal discussion, and also to learn about each other. And first, we're going to start off with a prayer from Chief Philip Scott. Thank you so much for coming on, Chief Philip Scott. Then we're going to just go around the table, each person introduce themselves, very short introduction, and then we'll continue the discussion. If we can translate into Spanish. Edgar. Edgar.
Vamos a hacer una introducción formal, vamos a introducir todos los candidatos. Va a ser preparación de las propuestas que se están planeando para el proyecto y vamos a empezar con una oración.
Okay, so Chief Philip Scott, would you like to start off with a prayer?
Yes, I'd be honored, David. Thank you. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, relations, wherever it is that you find yourself on this glorious day. I'm going to commence with a song to honor the Eagle Nation and segue into a prayer for our time of sharing today. Wakantanka, great mystery, great spirit, dreamer of all dreams, to the ancestors who dwell in the stars, who visit us in our dreams, and who walk among us, To the Wakioi Ate, the thunder nations that bring the sacred waters from the sky, who have blessed this parched land here in this place known as California. To Grandfather Sun, who illuminates our day. To Grandmother Moon, who brings her light in the night, who blesses us with dreams. To the spirits who dance upon the wind, to our Blessed Mother, the Earth, and to all of our relations who dwell upon her, Shunkawa Kansapa humbly expresses gratitude for my life today. I express gratitude for the holy day that you have bestowed upon us to learn and to grow as human beings. I pray for Woyoshikanawi Chozanai, health and happiness to my relations gathered in this virtual hoop today, to share, to talk story, to dream together, to unite, Creator God, the eagle and the condor, to fulfill the prophecies that our dreamers and our visionaries have seen for millennia. I pray, Creator, that we may come together in solidarity as indigenous nations, as human beings in this world, so that we may respect and honor and continue to preserve sovereignty and the rights to live our lives according to the dreams and the instructions that have been laid down by our ancestors. I truly pray for Woyoshikanawi Chozanai, health and happiness to each and every one of us on this call, for those who will be listening in, that we may continue to dream together so that all of the children of this world for 7 generations and beyond, as well as all of our relations, will flourish upon this earth. We acknowledge the elementals, we acknowledge our relations, the plant nations, the animal ones, those who have come before, that we as human beings may be humbled to learn from them, to come together in this sacred hoop of life, to live, to flourish, to ensure that there is an earth for us. I wish to acknowledge those who have placed their lives on the line to protect these indigenous ways, these cultural, spiritual, linguistic practices essential for our survival as a species at this time. I wish to also acknowledge those that have placed their lives on the line to protect the air, the earth, the fire, and the water. May they have all the resources that they require. And may we continue to come together, to have conversations, to come together in profound unity, body, mind, heart, and spirit, so that we can be one people in this beautiful, vast world in which we dwell, to honor the diversity as well as the unity. I thank you for this way of life, this way of prayer. May we open our hearts today. May we deeply listen to one another so that our children and of all of our relations will benefit upon this earth. Prayers also that we may be in right relationship with our elder, this virus, so that we can safeguard one another in this time of great challenge and potency that have also been dreamed by our ancestors. We thank you for this way to pray. Ahecha tu alone. Aho mitakwie oyasin. Thank you for the honor to share that song and to articulate that prayer.
Would you like to introduce yourself, who you are and what you do a little bit, and also your view of the interconnectedness of our world and why it's necessary for unification of indigenous nations?
Certainly, I'd be honored, David. So relations, my ceremonial name is Shunkawa Kansapa, which is Lakota for Black Horse. My Western name is Philip Scott. I reside here in the San Francisco Bay Area, which is home to the Miwok, Ohlone, and Pomo nations, as well as others who are now nameless. I'm a ceremonial chief in the Lakota tradition, as well as a road chief in the Native American Church. I'm founder and director of Ancestral Voice, which is an Institute for Indigenous Lifeways. And very honored to be able to walk Medicine Way and to be a part of the fulfillment of a prophecy of this unification of the eagle and the condor. And my firm conviction is that our survival as a species is contingent upon the remembrance and the honoring of the way indigenous peoples and our ancestors have lived in harmony with the earth and with all of our relations. At this time, because of the assimilation and the colonization of indigenous peoples and that intent to colonize them, it's powerful and beautiful to see the confluence and the synergies and the solidarity that is emerging, that I certainly witnessed at Standing Rock, for example, when over 700 nations convened upon that land in support of the protection of our sacred waters. And I think more than ever, it's necessary for us to be able to honor the fundamental unity, but also to acknowledge the unique, beautiful differences that exist between indigenous nations, to come together to see the commonality of our quest to protect this earth and to protect one another, and to continue to honor that vision of 7 generations that have over a 500-year plan to ensure the survival of all of us upon this planet and all of our relations. So more than ever, it is time for us to, put down our differences that was really fomented by the colonizers to create this division and this competition, rather than for us to come together. And so, due to the urgencies of the times that we're in, as well as the prophecies that have been foreseen, this is a time for us to see how we can continue to strengthen and fortify the sacred hoop of life. And I see the quest of this council as an opportunity for us to continue to deepen that intention. So I'm very honored to be a part of this council today, as well as the continued unification of all people on this planet right now, as it is vital for us to come together at this time. So thank you for the honor to be able to share today and to express my heart. Aho, mitako yasi.
Thank you so much for Chief Philip Scott. I think we'll have a Spanish speaker with Susana Riviera. She'll speak in Spanish, and if Edgar can translate in English, so the viewer audience can hear both, if you don't mind. Edgar?
Yes, I'm here, present.
Okay, thank you. Susana? Susanna? She's muted. She has to unmute.
I need change for myself on my computer. Wait for me in a few moments. Okay.
Okay. So we'll go back to her, and let's have the other Spanish speaker is why don't Edgar, you introduce yourself in Spanish and English, so we since you're a translator, if you don't mind.
Okay, that's fine. Bueno, mi nombre es Edgar García, afiliado con el Abuelo Mazatzin. My name is Edgar Garcia, affiliated with Abuelo Mazatzin. And I'm here to really investigate and to understand and to form part of the spectrum. Mi forma de introducción es de investigar y ser parte de una colisión. My way of introducing myself is to allow myself to be part of the tapestry and to see if my talents, my skills, my work, my expertise, not only as a humanist, but also as a field psychologist from that perspective, is to see if I could participate in the greater picture, the great noble image of the dreamers alike. And before most, I like to say that I share the same image, the same dream as many of you do. And if there's any way, shape, or form that I can facilitate, assist, enhance, promote, or be a part of this not just a movement, but the dream of the world in itself, I like to be part of it. And as far as moving forward, I'm available at your service and at your disposition. Una breve introducción acerca de mí. Mi nombre es Edgar García. Parte de mi desarrollo, mi trabajo, mi función como psicólogo humanista es atender las necesidades del mundo y ser parte de este sueño, el sueño de que muchos de nosotros compartimos, pero también, más importante, el sueño de la madrecita. ¿Cómo podemos llegar a hacer algo uniforme, algo colectivo para el beneficio de nuestra humanidad y llegar a concretar muchas divisiones, muchas propuestas que se han falsificado ya por cientos de años, y ser parte de este sueño es algo maravilloso que yo quiero ser partícipe e informar no solamente a mi pueblo, a mi gente directamente con la que trabajo, pero a un nivel global. Estoy aquí a su servicio y a la disposición para lo que necesiten. Y para traducir voy a hacer lo mejor que pueda. Les pido que hablen un poquito despacio para que yo pueda entender. All I ask is that in translation, sometimes, the words don't always sound the same. So I'm asking that we maybe, if we're sharing something, that you give me a little bit of space in time to allow myself to repeat as much as I can and as close as possible to the translation. Okay, David.
Yes, definitely. This is a space for sharing and connection. So we, as much time as possible, is very informal. It's not formal. So that.
Sí, informal, sí, claro.
So Susanna, would you like to introduce yourself? And Edgar, can you tell her that she speaks in Spanish and you translate for her?
Sí, abuela, si puede traducir las cosas en español está bien, y usted puede traducirlas en inglés y yo la puedo apoyar, o yo puedo hacer el medio.
Sí, le agradezco que sea usted el medio, por favor, porque mi inglés no es muy bueno. Soy la abuela Susana Rivera, Tlachtolotzin Yolocuautli.
My name is abuela Susana Rivera.
Tlachtolotzin Yolocuautli.
Tlachtolotzin Yayocuautli.
Yolocuautli.
Yolocuautli.
Okay. Y soy médico tradicional también.
I am an ancestral medical doctor as well.
Fui adoptada por un indio Lakota.
I was adopted by a native Lakota.
Y mi madre mexica.
And my mother mexica.
Y estuve casada con un indio Cheyenne.
And I was married to a native Cheyenne.
Y bueno, creo en la unificación de las 1000 naciones.
I believe in the unification of the 1,000 nations.
Y es mi interés colaborar.
And it is my interest to collaborate
con David Kahn.
With David Kahn.
Para unir.
To unify.
A todos los pueblos originarios.
All the indigenous communities.
Y lograr tener las 1000 naciones.
And to gather all the 1,000 nations.
Libres y unidas.
Free and unified.
Creo.
I believe.
Que David Kahn. Es el hombre.
Is a man.
Que alce negro.
¿Alce negro?
Alce negro. Que alce negro nombra en la profecía.
Okay, the prophecy, David Kahn is announced as a prophetic voice to uniting the nations.
Y por eso quiero estar aquí.
And that's why I want to be here present.
Thank you.
Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you. Who else is there? There is Susan. Would you like to introduce yourself, who you are? And if Edgar, if you don't mind translating in Spanish for the Spanish speakers.
Okay, Susan, just give me some space, okay?
Okay, no problem.
It's a lot of information. Okay, give me baby spoon fed.
Hola, Edgar.
Hi.
First, I would like to thank Chief for that beautiful prayer, the song, and the bringing in the spirit for us all, so that we are one in the circle. Thank you.
Primero quiero complementar al jefe por traer esa oración entre el círculo y por complementar esa oración para nosotros.
Then, Edgar, I would like to thank you because my father and your name are the same.
Oh, defenders.
I love Edgar.
Defensores.
Also, David, I agree with Susana Rivera that is the position that he has right now. And so I'm grateful to join you all under the prophecy that he gave.
Estoy de acuerdo con Susana con la proposición que tiene que tú eres el hombre elegido para la profecía.
So my name is Susan Kaiulani Stanton, and I come from the Ahupua'a of Punaluu on the island of Oahu in Hawaii.
Mi nombre es Susana. Help me out, Susan.
Susan Kaiulani Stanton.
Kaiulani Stanton.
Yep.
Que vengo de la isla del Hawái from?
Sí, from Oahu in Hawaii.
Oahu in Hawaii.
And my mother is Jean House, and she is from Haudenosaunee.
Mi madre es Jean Hounds y ella viene de, from where?
Haudenosaunee. Haudenosaunee, 6 nations.
De la
Here.
nación Haudenosaunee, una de las 6 naciones principales.
And so I honor them and acknowledge them for bringing me where I am today.
Y las honoro y las reconozco por traerme al punto en el que me ubico ahora en este punto.
I love the prophecy of the eagle and the condor.
Estoy enamorado de la profecía del águila y el cóndor.
I had the blessing of being able to bring Jacob Wawati from
Tuve la bendición de traer a Jacob
Wawati.
Owati.
Wawati from the Mississippi River. I carried him with our vehicle to Arizona, where he danced with the condor on Hopi land.
Tuve honor de traer a ese honorario del río de Mississippi para traerlo a danzar con, what was the place?
Hopi. On the Hopi land.
Con nosotros, con los Hopis, a bailar el dance. What was the dance?
They fulfilled the prophecy of the condor and the eagle dancing.
Que vinieron a reunir, a profesar, a traer esa profecía de la águila y el cóndor.
So coming from Hawaii, which is the melting pot of the Pacific.
Veniendo de Hawái, que es la emergencia de las Islas Pacíficas.
Where so many nations and cultures and people have come together in one place.
De donde muchas naciones se han congregado de muchos lugares en un solo lugar.
And then to stand at the top of the road at Standing Rock and look down on the hundreds of flags that were there.
Parándome ubicada en el lugar de Standing Rock y viendo hacia abajo y viendo todas esas banderas.
To be able to see how we are all coming together as streams flowing into one big river.
Pude ver cómo desde arriba, pude ver que todos poco a poco nos venimos juntando con un propósito.
Nothing can stop that from happening.
Nada puede parar eso de pasar.
But our role is to facilitate it so it can be done smoothly according to the plan that the Creator has already given.
Nuestra responsabilidad es hacer esto lo más pronto y más suave posible para que el Creador nos dé la posibilidad de juntar y que se desarrolle esta idea.
Sí, gracias. So I'm grateful to be here, and whatever I can do to help, I give you my word, I will do my best. Aho mitakiasi. Aho.
Estoy muy agradecida de estar presente aquí y puedo ofrecer lo que yo se pueda dentro de mi capacidad para to promote, right? To promote, para promover que se manifieste, so that this manifests. Right?
Gracias, gracias.
Thank you, Edgar, for the translation. I think Francisco is there? Francisco Aguilera, is she there? Or is that Mazatin?
Only
who else
Mazatin.
is here? Mazatin?
Yep, there are Mazatin.
Okay, Francisco.
No.
Okay,
no
Francisco's not here. Okay.
And no, Jose too. I send message.
Okay, Jose? Would Jose like to speak? Jose?
No, Jose
No?
too.
Mazatin? Mazatin, are you there? Hello? You're muted, Mazatin. Hello? You're muted. We cannot hear you. Mazatin? Okay, we cannot hear him. Who else is there? Let's go to somebody else. We'll come back to Mazatin. The young lady that's there. What's her name? Hello?
Hi, my name is Rosalina. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Mi nombre es
Beautiful, thank you.
Rosalina.
My name is Rosalina Lourdes Rosales.
Lourdes Rosales.
I was invited here by Edgar. Truly grateful to be here today.
Fui invitada por Edgar y estoy muy agradecida de estoy aquí.
And just being here with the energy that is present, I am currently in this space in Boyle Heights in my home in California.
Con esa energía que se está generando, me encuentro aquí en mi casa, aquí en Boyle Heights, California.
Mm-hmm. And it's truly an honor to be here with each and every single one of you. And so far with what I've listened to,
Es un honor estar aquí presente hasta el punto todo lo que he escuchado. Me siento muy...
I'm extremely happy. And for me, being here in this time and space at age 28,
Me siento muy contenta de estar aquí en este tiempo y en espacio a la edad de 28 años.
understanding my own medicine and my own healing process thus far at this age.
Entendiendo mejor mi proceso, cómo voy a sanar y cómo me voy a encontrar en mi futuro como sanadora.
I am learning each day more about myself, my own roots, and within my divine space and calling.
Me encuentro aquí informándome más en este espacio que me encuentro de mi propósito, my purpose, mi llamado.
And this whole entire year has been a year of profound changes for me in so many different levels in my life.
Todo este año ha sido para mí un proceso de cambios en mi vida, de cambios.
And with that being said, I know that my ancestors and the great creator spirit.
Dicho eso, mis ancestros y el espíritu.
I know that I am here for a higher purpose
Yo sé que
within
estoy aquí por un propósito más alto, más elevado,
my own generation.
con mi propia generación.
And for me, at this moment,
Y para mí en
always
este momento,
keeping in mind the younger generations and older generations,
manteniendo las generaciones más jóvenes y las más antiguas,
it is really an honor to know that my offerings are slowly evolving in a way that are helping people my age and those that are younger and those that are older.
va a ser importante que mi ofrecimiento para las generaciones va a ser importante.
And some of the prophecies that I've heard here and some of the prophecies that I've heard from some of the elders I've sat with,
Algunas de las profecías que he estado escuchando aquí y con una de las profecías que he escuchado con los abuelos,
remind me how I ought not to expect things to be easier, if not to ask for the wisdom and the courage to keep moving forward.
me he dado cuenta que las cosas no van a ser fácil, pero pido por la sabiduría en cómo mover en el futuro o en el presente.
So with lots of respect and honor, asking the ancestors for me to receive the medicine in the timing that is divine, trusting it all.
Con mucho respeto y con mucho honor con los ancestros, pido que se me honore la medicina. To honor what was that, Rosalina? To honor what?
To honor the everything that I'm receiving, the medicine that
Para
I'm receiving.
honorar todo lo que estoy recibiendo.
Thank you each and every single one of you, and my heart is
Gracias,
open.
gracias. A cada uno de ustedes, el corazón es de oro.
Aho.
Ajo.
Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful message from young people who want to be part of this unification.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you, really. Mm-hmm. We need the young voices. We need the younger generations.
Mm-hmm. So the next one, Mazatin, is your phone fixed?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, abuelo.
Yeah, well, oh, great. Okay, Charles Kamati, thank you very much, Rosalina, for bringing that message to us. It makes everybody feel so happy. You already heard them. We feel happy to hear that the message is hitting the fertile hearts, right? That's going to lead us forward. So thank you very much. And David, thank you so very much for sharing the dream and allowing us to become part of that dream, to make it come true. Okay, from all the people that you've gathered, yourself and the other two keepers of the dream, you have made a reality so that we can all be a part of. So, as you know, this past couple of days, we had an incredible gathering with approximately maybe 30, 40 different people from all Central South America and Mexico, and it was incredible. And important is they're working together now, even as we speak, to put together their proposals for a blueprint for the 1,000 nations and their participation in humanity. So I think that's very good what you've done and what we've accomplished so far. I'm very also honored, that we have been, looked upon, by like Grandmother Susan Stratton, right here, our Chief Scott, and our Looking Horse, and they look to the work we're doing, and they smile at it, and that's good. That's what we need, and so we appreciate that support. And we're also very, very, very excited about the time that we're in. Even though, unfortunately, the situation that we all find ourselves around the world with this COVID-19 that we're all dealing with, But like you said at the beginning, David, either in this one or the last time, Mother Earth has finally had a little chance to take a break, she was able to get off the respirator, you know. And so I think that's good. And so it's up to us to take advantage of that time as well. So when we come back into work, to play, and can move around again, we'll be bringing a different message. This one here that we've all talked about, the unity message, you know, the coming together of the eagle and the condor. And to myself, I've always said, Grandmother Staten just gave us an example of the coming together of the eagle and the condor. I can give you other examples. There's been many examples that we have plenty to realize. Yes, it has happened. The time is now. We used to say one day the sun will shine on us again, but now we say, "En tlanestia, in tonarsi tlavia." Our sun once again shines on us. Because why? Because the sun has looked down and has seen dignified to return to us. What was the problem? It was not dignified because we had not recognized ourselves as brothers and the Son as the Father of all. So not religiously, but as the good Father, he gives light and warmth. And the Mother Earth as well, not religiously, but as the good mother, food, clothing, and shelter. And we're there now. Okay, but now we want to make sure that everybody has it. That everybody has it. In our lifetime, we must end that extreme poverty and hunger. We must, you know, we must bring the medicines, the food, whatever it is, wherever it's at, we must. Each of us in our own region, and all of us together to help others, you know. I know there's more planning to be done. I also I'm honored to one of our proposals, of course, is going to be the return of sacred items to their place so they can continue to do the work that we're meant to do, and they can be respected and honored and used as they should be. And also, of course, the protect of sacred land, of course, sacred sites. You know, everybody has them. They're all over the world. And there's no need to take them down because they were put there with a lot of consideration before they were put there to make sure that they're not interfere with nature. Okay, so we need respect for our sacred sites. So I'm honored here to be with all of you. I'm real honored. My nephew right here, Edgar Tlafokamati. I've been telling him about what's been going on. He's been so excited, and there it is. Fit right in. You do the work. Thank you very much for helping us out. Tlafokamati. I know Doctora Susana también, she understands English, even my broken English. Pero thank you very much, everybody. Tlafokamati. And we'll be adding, oh yes, this image behind me, I'm gonna get out of it. This image behind me, this is right here, the tying of the knowledge of the clock between the Maya and the Aztec Mexica calendars. It appears to be, there's two hands, one on top of the other, one on top of the block, that's a Maya symbol. And the other hand has like a rope wrapped around a box with a monkey in it, a number 11. That is the 13-day cycle. So this is the passing or the handing over of the knowledge of the timekeepers from the Mayan grandfathers to the Mexica grandfathers in a place called Xochicalco. And it's beautiful. And on the day of the flower, the sun is directly above in the zenith passage. And I sure hope that next year, everything will be so good and beautiful and we can all meet there on July 29 of 2021. Thank you very much. Tlafokamati. Hey, I see my big brother, Aguilar Real. Thank you, David.
Who else is here?
Aguilar.
Francisco. Okay. Francisco, could you, Edgar, can you translate for Francisco when he talks? Because he has a beautiful vision that he's been carrying collectively, the same thing.
Voy a traducir para Francisco porque él tiene una visión favorable que nos puede beneficiar a todos.
Eso.
Francisco.
Sí, a sus órdenes.
Bienvenido, hermano.
Tlafokamati.
Ok, nada más dame tiempito para traducir, ¿eh?
Ok. Sobre la visión de unificación.
Over the vision of unification.
Basada en la flor de unificación.
Based on the flower of unification, de Xochitl.
En donde el corazón está asentado.
where the heart is seated
en la sabiduría ancestral,
in the ancestral wisdom.
todas las naciones,
All the nations,
y se vinculan a esta unificación
they connect with the unification,
los hombres sagrados del mundo,
the sacred men of the world,
la espiritualidad,
the spirituality,
los humanistas del mundo,
the humanists of the world.
que son sensibles al corazón humano
They're sensible to the human heart
y a todo lo que está pasando en el mundo,
and everything that surrounds the world,
y están dispuestos
and are expected to
erradicar el hambre,
to
pobreza,
eradicate famine, hunger, poverty,
y asentar correctamente los derechos
and accentuate the rights
de todos los seres.
of all the beings.
El siguiente es la cultura,
Next is a culture
como una cultura universal
as a universal culture
que cultive el orden,
to cultivate order,
la limpieza,
hygiene,
el respeto a todos los seres,
respect to all the human beings,
la
and all living
responsabilidad
things,
de cultivarnos a nosotros mismos
with responsibility to cultivate our own selves
en
individually,
cuerpo,
body,
mente,
mind,
corazón,
heart,
energía
energy,
y espíritu.
and spirit.
Y el arte
And
arte como la expresión máxima del espíritu
art as a maximum expression of spirit
en libertad,
and liberty,
fundamentada en compartir,
fundamentally based on sharing,
erradicando la competencia.
eradicating competition,
Y asentando la
and
cosmovisión
accentuate the cosmovision
a través de la artesanía sagrada,
through ancestral art,
así como las disciplinas psicofísicas,
just the way the disciplines of physical,
mentales,
mental,
energéticas
energetic,
e integrales.
and integral,
La ciencia
the science,
en la conciencia del nuevo tiempo,
in the consciousness of the new times,
desarrollando las tecnologías
developing the technologies
para aplicarlas inmediatamente
to apply them immediately
para el bienestar de todos los seres.
for the well-being of all human beings.
Y en la tierra, en la ecología,
And on earth, in the ecology of the earth,
los guardianes de la tierra
the guardians of the earth,
que están protegiendo
they're protecting
que todo sea de acuerdo a la armonía,
that everything equates to the harmony,
el respeto
the respect,
y la retroalimentación.
and the aligning with the retro nutrition.
Y para eso,
And for that,
asentar comunidades
accentuate communities
de desarrollo social
with social development
y transformación humana
and human transformation.
como ejemplo vivo
For example, people
de una vida plena,
to have a plentiful life,
de un desarrollo integral
and internal development,
y sustentabilidad.
integral and self-sustainable.
La medicina,
The medicine,
todos los directores de medicina que estén sensibles,
all the medical doctors that are sensible,
hombres y mujeres medicina,
men and women, medicine women and men,
para asentar la medicina de vida
to accentuate the medicine of life
y liberarnos de esta medicina negocio
and liberate ourselves from this medicine we call negotiation or business,
que negocia con la enfermedad y la muerte,
to negotiate with life and death.
porque ya tenemos la solución
We have the solution
a todas las problemáticas humanas
to all human problems
de lo que llaman enfermedad.
of what we call sickness.
Para nosotros no existe la enfermedad.
For us, sickness doesn't exist.
Solo los creadores
Only the creators
de la desconexión
of the disconnection
con nuestra naturaleza sagrada,
with their natural surroundings,
la desarmonía energética, electromagnética,
the disharmony, energetic disharmony and magnetic,
y la pérdida del balance,
and the loss of balance
del calor frío,
from heat and cold,
fuego, agua,
fire, water
de nuestro cuerpo, de nuestro interior, de nuestro ser.
within our body, within our well-being, within ourselves.
Y por ello, el desbalance del pH.
Therefore, the disbalance of our pH.
¿Sí? Todas las enfermedades
All the illnesses
se desarrollan en un medio ácido.
develop in one medium, acidic medium.
Por ello es importante
Therefore, it is important
y trascendente
and transcendent
que florezca la humanidad sana.
to flourish, for humanity to flourish healthy.
Y el siguiente elemento es la educación.
The next element is education.
Integrar todo el conocimiento ancestral
Integrate all ancestral knowledge and wisdom
para crear el programa de enseñanzas
to create an educational platform or program
que nos permita precisamente prevenir
to allow us precisely to prevent
las enfermedades
all illnesses
y educarnos en una nueva medicina educativa.
and educate us in some form of educational medicine.
Y esta educación nos permite un desarrollo integral del ser.
Will allow us to integrate the well-being of the self
Y nos hable de nuestra conformación humana.
and to speak to us from our human conformation or formation.
Que es maravillosa.
That it's wonderful.
Si conozco las herramientas,
if I know the tools or recognize the tools
que poseemos como seres humanos,
that we possess as human beings,
si conozco todas las virtudes, dones y capacidades,
if I know all my virtues, all my skills, all my capacities,
y que tengo una conformación energética,
and I have a formation, an energetic formation,
y que puedo conducir esa energía, esa fuente,
and I could conduct that energy or the sprouting ground where it comes from, the energy.
Y que tengo 72 vórtices, no 7 vórtices,
And they have 72 vortices, not 7.
Y cada uno de ellos tiene un potencial.
Each of them has a potential.
Y aprendo a manejarlo.
And I learn to manage it.
y reconocer que tengo una biocomputadora humana.
And recognize that I have a human biocomputer in my system.
Y que tengo toda la posibilidad de accesar a ella.
And that I have all the possibility to access that information.
Y asentarme en la mesa de control.
Sorry, is there anybody else? Yeah, I think is there anybody else for introduction? Because it's unfortunately, I think we need to give some other people the time. But we can continue the other discussion.
Okay, entiendo.
¿Alguien más introducir? Para darles todo el tiempo adecuado.
Ok, ese es el proyecto de unificación en la flor de unificación.
That's
Ahora,
basically the main project in the unification of the flower.
Esta propuesta,
this proposal,
también está unada.
¿Una qué?
También está unificada.
Oh, it's also unified.
Con la formación de 22 consejos de sabiduría universal.
It's aligned with 24 councils of universal knowledge. Permíteme un minuto, Francisco.
Sí.
David, did you want to introduce other people on the panel, or?
Yes, there is somebody else that has anybody else not spoken yet. There is somebody, Eve is a doctor. No, okay, that is not it. Let me see if there's anybody else. Sorry, I'm on my phone. Okay.
Estamos viendo si hay alguien más a introducir.
Did anybody else not or was not able to introduce themselves in the circle?
¿Alguien más nos ha introducido en el círculo?
Ajá, no sé.
Okay, so we don't have much time left. Actually, we're over the time for this, but let's just finalize things, saying,
no
you know,
tenemos
because,
mucho tiempo. Ya casi termino. Pero vamos a finalizar. Okay, sí, David, he's almost done.
Okay.
¿Sí?
Okay.
Tiene esta unificación.
The unifying body.
También tiene 72 ONG unificadas.
Also proposes 72 ONGs unified.
Y tenemos una estructura.
And we have a structure.
De las 32 representaciones de cada estado de México.
Out of the 32 representations in each state of Mexico.
Y de las 68 naciones de México.
And we have out of representatives of the 68 nations of Mexico.
Y de corporativos.
And from the corporates.
De la gente de la tierra.
And from the corporations of the earth, we have representatives from that nation.
Que se llaman comuneros y ejidatarios.
These are community agents and landowners.
Con un trabajo precisamente de unificación.
With one purpose is to unify.
A nivel nacional.
At a national level.
Y unido a esto.
And unified to this.
Una plataforma.
A platform.
Para permitir la comercialización.
To allow us for commercialization.
De todos los productos.
Of other byproducts.
Que produce cada nación.
Or products that each nation produces.
¿Sí? Y finalmente una plataforma de 33 proyectos de desarrollo social.
And finally, a platform with 33 projects of national development within the indigenous communities. Con las comunidades indígenas, ¿de acuerdo, Francisco?
No, esta es una propuesta de 33 proyectos de desarrollo social y transformación humana.
Okay, so it's a proposal with 33 proposals with social development, with the purpose of creating social development platforms.
Eso es lo que tenemos en México.
That's what we have in Mexico.
Y la creación legalmente,
the legalities and the creation of it,
de esta organización unificadora,
it's a structured organization that unifies,
que es la OMPI.
Es un grupo, ¿no?
Es la organización de todos los pueblos originarios de México y abierta al mundo.
Okay.
Excuse me,
Okay,
David,
this
if I can
organization
chime in
only,
here.
it's a
Sure.
proposal.
Y
Yes,
con esto
sure.
termino. Muchas gracias por su atención. Merci beaucoup por
Okay,
vuestra atención.
I'm done. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
so, David, I'm going to
Okay,
need to
thank you for
go.
your
I
attention.
thought this was only going to be an hour, and we've exceeded that time. I have some other responsibilities ceremonially that I have to attend to. Are we going to be closing up here shortly, or?
Yes, we'll be closing up. So right now, immediately, Susanna, would you like to lead us in a prayer?
Susana, ¿nos puede cerrar con una oración, un rezo?
Sí, claro que sí.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Gran Espíritu, te agradecemos
Oh,
el
Great Spirit.
permitirnos una vez más y que nos ayudes a elevar todas nuestras plegarias para que se realice este centro donde se van a albergar las 1000 naciones libres y unidas, y te pedimos que bendigas a cada uno de nosotros y que esta unión sea consolidada como la unión del águila y el cóndor, y que nazca desde nuestro centro corazón hacia el corazón de toda la humanidad, con un solo pensamiento unido a esta libertad. Inasana karamasa y bisini nanaba y esabana kaisini nanada ainayase tungashaba. Gracias. Pilamayaye, pilamayaye.
Oh, mitakuye oyas.
Thank you, Philip.
Thank you so much for joining us. So we'll continue the unification on another time, and we be strong, and we'll make it happen.
Oh, many blessings to all of you, relations.
Blessings. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, David.
Doksha.
Thank you, Susana. Thank you,
very much.
Francisco. Thank you, Abuela.
Thank you, Edgar, for
putting this together.
thank you for the translation, Edgar. Oh,
Thank
many
you, Edgar,
blessings.
so much.
Thank you for your song.
Hasta luego, Susana. Cuídense.
Hasta luego, Edgar. Gracias a todos. Hasta luego, Susana.
Gracias.
Hermano, Francisco, nos
Bendiciones.
vemos. Cuídense.
Ahí go Jose.
Oh,
Jose,
mitakuyasin.
where you been? Look at this, Jose.
Doksha.
Jose. Let Jose say goodbye. He didn't say hello and goodbye. A ver, Jose, díganos hola y adiós.
Che.
Jose,
Bueno,
díganos hola y adiós, José.
sí, era para eso. Bueno, un gusto volverlos a ver. Hola y los extraño. Chao.
Chao.
Cuídense. Nos veremos pronto.
Ok,
Muy
está
bien, hasta pronto.
Un
Bendiciones.
abrazo, que estén bien.
Gracias.
Sigamos tejiendo. Sigamos tejiendo.
Sí, tejiendo y
Aquí estamos.
retejiendo.
Gracias por la traducción.
Gracias, Edgar.
Susan. Grandmother Susan, hello, how you doing over there? This is Masatzin. We got some good people right here. This is Jose Waman Turpo. He's from way down under, way Condor. Yes. José, dile dónde vienes, José. La abuela, ella es de Hawaii.
Yo vengo del Cusco. Estoy en la antigua capital
Oh,
de Insuyo.
beautiful, beautiful. Nice to meet you.
Sí,
Nice to meet
sí.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ok,
See you
un
again.
gusto.
Okay, we'll be seeing you, Susana. Take care.
Cuídense todos.
Cuídense, bendiciones, hasta pronto.
Mira,
Nos vemos, Francisco.
Oye, ya que quedamos nosotros, ¿qué huele, Francisco? ¿Cómo estás, hermanote? Un abrazo, un abrazo.
Muy bien, igualmente un abrazote.
Oye, bueno, ya se fue José, pero iba a decir nomás que nos juntamos, si acaso creen que es bien, yo creo que esta noche, ya tarde, lo más tarde posible, ¿sí?
Ajá.
Para revisar las propuestas y quisiera empacarlas de una manera para mandárselas las tuyas a aquellos, así para intercambiarlas, ¿no? Y así mañana nos reunimos con el grupo, los ponientes y todos, ¿sí? Y para presentar algo. ¿Ves? Quizás ahora tenemos una idea de qué se va a necesitar.
Más o menos en la presentación por PowerPoint del proyecto Unificación, está el plan de trabajo y estas propuestas de las organizaciones de las 72 ONGs y los consejos, la plataforma de los 33 proyectos.
Sí, lo chequé, y está completo, lo chequé. Ok, ese está muy suave, para pasar, ese está completo.
Exactamente, pero de todos modos estamos a tus órdenes y ya lo vemos muy bien en la tarde, y en estos días, posiblemente mañana, ya tengo la plataforma con todas las firmas de todos los representantes a nivel nacional.
Bueno,
¿sí?
Okay. Perfecto. Entonces, así será, nos veremos
Muy
en
bien.
ese momento.
Claro que sí, ya es momento de que se asiente la unificación de las 1000 naciones, y ya de nosotros depende el florecimiento de esta humanidad. Sí. Entonces, con todo el corazón, con toda la energía, con toda la disposición de todo el trabajo que tenemos aquí para sembrarlo ahí en las 1000 naciones, compartirlo.
Así es. Ok,
Qué hermoso. Hermoso.
Hasta pronto.
Inspirante, ¿eh? Gracias, Francisco. Gracias, abuelo.
Gracias, Camati. Muchísimas gracias, bendiciones y hasta pronto.